From politics, quietly redrawing the maps, and conflicts that are showing our limitations, we gonna get into it. Let's get it! Welcome. First of all, welcome. This is Unsolicited Perspective. I am your host, Bruce Anthony, here to lead the conversation in important events and topics that are shaping today's society. Join the conversation and follow us wherever you get your audio podcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for our video podcast, YouTube exclusive content, and our YouTube membership. Rate, review, like, comment, share. Share with your friends, share with your family, hell, even share with your enemies. On today's episode, it's the Sibling Happy Hour. I'm here with my sis, Jay Aundrea. We're going to be dilly-dadding a little bit. Then we're going to be talking about, once again, men ain't nothing. And then the African-American urge, too. But that's enough of the intro. Let's get to the show. What up, sis?
What up, brother?
I can't call it. We on here, you know, before we get into the show, this is a detour. I'm starting to show off with a detour anyway. I ain't do my tongue exercises, so my lisp is going to be extra bad. And I'm detouring the show as soon as we start, but we here.
Right.
I have a problem with spending money, but not really. Okay. This is what I mean by that. When it comes to large purchases that I need, there's this overwhelming anxiety that comes over me because it's like, what if I go broke? And theoretically, I'm never going to go broke. And even if I did go broke, thank God I have family that can help support me if I fall on hard financial times.
Yes.
I've been talking about it for a year. I need a new laptop to do this show.
Yeah.
My laptop that I bought only 3 years ago, ladies and gentlemen, does not have the processing power to do all the editing and stuff that I do. I have to. And what are the best laptops to get for this type of work? Macs. And Macs ain't cheap. So I've been doing some research and I found the perfect MacBook Pro. It's a little over $2,000. Which is a tough pill to swallow for a laptop because I spent $500 for the one I'm using right now. However, I'm getting $500 worth of use out of it, or production out of it.
Yeah, if you need the processing power, if you need the RAM and all of you're gonna have to pay for it.
It's the video encoding and decoding for when I'm done editing the whole project, because we got all these graphics, because I can never just be satisfied with something simple. I always have to go to the extreme. And all these different layers on top of different layers on video. For those of you that watch YouTube, you'll see it. The transitions, the different shots, like all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
The rendering is the computer putting all of that stuff together into one product and then pushing it out, right?
Yeah.
It takes so long.
On your computer.
On my computer.
On mine.
And it wouldn't on yours. And so I got to get one. And I found it. And I am scraping up the money to pay for it, right? Yeah. And technically I have the money right now to pay for it.
Yeah.
Without putting it on credit cards or anything like that, I got the money.
Yeah.
And there's actually a discount right now.
Yeah.
Here's the problem that I have. I thought I picked out the right one. Then I come to find out, because Apple just released the M5. This is going to be a lot of people like, I don't know nothing about the computers. This is boring. But follow me here. Because you can sympathize with, should I buy it, should I not buy it, even though this is a computer. They just came out with the M5 Pro chip, which is an upgrade from the M4 Pro chip that came out last year, right?
Yeah, I have an M1, so.
And you got a supercomputer that you bought right during the pandemic. So they keep upgrading them, right? It's only a $300 difference between the M4 and the M5, but the power is way more than $300.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Apple done pulled off some BS because they just released the M5 this year.
Yeah.
And at the Q4 of 2026 or Q1 of 2027, for ladies and gentlemen, that is the last quarter of the year for 2026 or the first quarter of the year for 2027. They're going to be dropping the M6, which is going to be even more powerful. And those laptops are going to have OLED screens and touch screens.
Yeah.
Right?
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's Apple.
Right.
There's going to be a new one.
Yeah.
The next year. So get what you need to do the things you need to do. You do not have to have the latest and great. I'm doing a bunch of stuff and I'm on an M1 Pro chip. And it's just fine. Like I got this new laptop. I got this laptop in 2021. It works just fine. I made a whole documentary on just this laptop.
You did. Okay. You did a whole documentary on that laptop.
So you don't need the latest and greatest. You need what you need to get the work done.
Right. But then it becomes, I decided I wasn't going to get the M6. I don't want to wait that long. But I was like, okay, so I'm going to spend the extra $300 to get the M5. That makes sense because it's a little bit more powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked online and they were like, man, that computer will last you 6 to 8 years easily. Like no problem doing everything that you're doing now. So I was like, even if I started to get into like 6K and 8K and 3D rendering, I would still be able to do it with this laptop.
Mm-hmm.
I still can't bring myself to go and buy it. I was working on this one earlier today. I was like, this one ain't so bad. I could get through most of it, everything I need. Just take a little bit longer. And I was like, do I really want to spend $2,000? I mean, I could spend that money on a whole bunch of other things. There's some liquor that I can get.
Right. Shenanigans that you could, no.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta prioritize the things that you need. Especially if it's for something you're trying to build. Like you are trying to build this podcast.
But do I need it? That's the thing. My laptop still gets the job done.
After glitching, after the amount of times I have to hear you cuss. The amount of, and talk about defragmenting, and I was like, I haven't had to do that since I had a PC 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
I'll be defragmenting every day.
Right. Like, what are you even talking about? This is not we don't have to do this. Just come over to the side, leave the PC where it is. Yes, could you buy a PC that is powerful enough to do all of that? Yes, plenty of people run their podcasts or, whatever, like multimedia projects that they do on a PC. It is, yes, you can do it. Just come on.
Just come on home.
Just come on.
But it's the thought of paying for it. It's the thought of that money coming out of my account.
Yeah.
And then let it not be everything that I done built it up to be. Let me come home and it lag just one time. I'm gonna be like, that's what I'm talking about. Black folks are always looking for it. See, it's my other one worked just fine.
I got to get my driveway repaved. Do you think I want to drop money?
No, you ain't got no choice though.
But I don't have a choice.
Yeah, your driveway, there's about to be a hole to hell if you don't get that paved.
A full sinkhole. I have to get it repaved. So, yeah, I don't want to do that. But it's got to be done. Like, sometimes things just got to be done.
You repaving your driveway because there's a sinkhole to hell in your driveway is a little different than me getting a new laptop.
I don't think so. I think we both have things that we need so that we can get other stuff done. I need to park in my driveway.
Yes.
You need to edit the show. That means we need to get the things done so that we can do that.
Yeah. Okay. That's enough of self-indulgence. I just wanted to share with the audience one of my anxieties, and it's spending large amounts of money.
Yeah.
Not spending little amounts every day to equal up to what would have been the large amount. Because I do that all the time. I look at my account all the time and be like, what the hell happened?
I'm nickel and diming myself to death.
Look, that's gonna be in my tombstone. He nickel and dimed himself to death. Here live Bruce, nickel and diming himself to the day he died.
Right. But the nickel and diamond adds up. I mean, I told you my thought process for these R&B tour, the Usher, Chris Brown. If I
but
had
that was on the
gone to
after
see
hours. That the main audience doesn't know about that. So let's open the floor up a little bit so you can explain to the audience about the R&B tour.
So the R&B tour is Usher, Raymond, Chris Brown, Raymond Brown R&B tour. So I know, especially for the Atlanta show. I mean, I'm sure the tickets are just whatever they're going to cost, but I want to go to the Atlanta show because I know a bunch of guests will be coming out. I know it's going to be crazy. It's going to be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of people I'm not spending that money. Here's my thought process. I did not get to see Usher in Vegas. It just didn't work out scheduling wise. I didn't get a chance. He was out there for months and I just could not make it happen. The amount I would have spent flying out to Vegas, making sure that, I had to get the ticket. I had to get a plane ticket. I might have had to get a hotel because I might have wanted to stay on the strip so that I could just walk to the show or something like that. I got to get a new fit. I got to feed myself while I'm there. The Ubers, that whole cost, what I would have spent to go see Usher in Vegas, just put it toward the R&B tour tickets.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I think about it.
That makes sense. It makes sense. The
time dollars that you will save having a computer that runs faster and more efficiently, it will pay for itself.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna get it after I paid for this vacation, the family vacation that we're going on. And the first is coming up, so I got some rent due, got some bills due. Let me take care of those first.
Wake up.
Yeah, and then I can breathe again, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm cool, because I ain't got no other expenses coming up except for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, and everything that I don't get to spend money on myself, on other people. But speaking of having to do something for other people. Worst transition that I could possibly have, because I don't know how this is really doing stuff for other people, but it is. When we elect officials, they do stuff on our behalf.
Now, what's official?
An official.
Oh, an official. Okay.
Yeah, an elected official. I forgot the elected part on that. An elected official.
No, you said when we hire official. Sorry, y'all. I was going to let it go, but I was like, it's funny. Official is funny.
When you hire official. All right, when you hire an elected official, they represent you.
Yes.
I live in the state of Virginia. I had my sticker on this sweatshirt, which lets y'all know that I've worn this sweatshirt 2 days in a row, but I don't care because
it's a sweatshirt that you throw over clean clothes.
Clean clothes.
Yeah.
In the state of Virginia yesterday, we voted on a redistricting. So the Virginia's redistricting vote passed narrowly. At first, it was like 50.3 to 49.7, but once they tallied all the votes, it was 51% to 48%. Roughly 1.5 million people voted yes for this, and 1.43 million people voted no for this. And what does it do? The approved amendment lets Virginia move ahead with a new congressional map that could significantly favor Democrats, potentially shifting the state House delegation from 6 Democrats to 4 Republicans to as many as 10 Democrats and 1 Republican under these new rules. This makes the vote an important part of the broader national redistricting fight ahead of the 2026 midterms. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have 11 people from our state that represent us. Right now, there's 6 and 4. I guess one person, there's always an empty seat somewhere.
Yeah.
This redistricting for this midterms could mean that there could be 10 Democrats representing the state of Virginia to one Republican representing the state of Virginia. So the same thing that Texas was trying to do, where they were trying to gerrymander and rig the system, Virginia went ahead and said, you know what? If that's what all these Republican states are going to do, we're going to do it.
We're going to keep that
and
same
we passed
energy.
the bill. Yep. The yes side did especially well in Northern Virginia and other Democrat-leaning metro areas, while more rural counties leaned no. Examples reported in the data include Arlington at 79.9%, that was a yes. Charlottesville at 85.4%, which is a yes. And I know you're probably thinking Charlottesville is rural in Virginia. That's kind of like where a lot of our wineries are. It's also where the University of Virginia is. So that would make sense that a college-leaning town would lean to yes or lean liberal because more smart people are liberal. Anyway, while counties like Bland, Buchanan, and Bedford, we know about, me and you personally know about Bedford County, were a strong no. And we understood why that was a strong no. So Jay, what do you think about my state, your former state, doing big things?
I love it. You know, here's the thing. For too long, it feels like Democrats have misinterpreted Michelle Obama's words when they go low, we go high. She clarified what she meant in a podcast recently, where what she meant was going high is not like divorcing yourself from rage. It's channeling the rage into something productive. Right? So this is a good example of Democrats saying, you Republicans, conservatives, y'all are trying to rig the system. We're going to go high and take our rage and channel it into something positive, which is keeping the same energy. And so I love it. Let's keep the same energy. You know what? It's part of the reason why I think so many people really love Tim Walz and him calling like MAGA folks weird and them just losing it completely because they didn't have a comeback for being called weird. Like, yeah, let's stoop to the level, but let's do it in our way, right? Like, we don't have to be lowbrow about it, but we need to start fighting back and stop trying to sit in this like pseudo sense of false like moral superiority type of thing, right? Like a lot of Democrats, I feel like they're like, we have the moral high ground. Okay, but you're not getting nothing done, baby. Like people are tired of that. People are tired of you trying to take this high road of like, no, we're going to keep decorum. They're not keeping decorum, so y'all need to fight back.
Right.
Shout out to Jasmine Crockett. You know what I'm saying? Right. If they're not going to keep decorum, neither am I. Gloves come off. Like, we need to start channeling our rage into, like, production. Like, we need to make some things happen proactively. Now, we need to start doing more things proactively. This feels like it was reactive. But now, okay, we're doing some things, we're reacting to them. Now we need to start to get proactive about getting messaging out there around things that people actually care about, saying it in a way that people will understand and digest, right? That means it can't be no long diatribe about bop, 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 bop. No, don't nobody want to hear that. Cut to the chase. What's the point? Everybody's got short attention spans. We all got ADHD. You know what I'm saying? Get to the real and let's start being proactive and really getting out there and fighting back. And I think you'll see more people coming back in support of the Democratic Party than you've seen before if they them old heads need to get and let the young people get in there with the energy and everything that they've got. But I think you'll start seeing people come back to the Democratic Party.
Well, I hope so. I have mixed feelings about this because I don't think it's right. I didn't think it was right when the Republicans were doing it. I don't think it's right that we did it. But I think it's fair. This is what I mean by that.
Mm-hmm.
When you're playing in a game, say it's a basketball game, right? Or a football game, whatever. You're playing in a game and they change the rules on you in the game.
Mm-hmm.
You got to play that game now.
Yes.
And in the state of Virginia, let me tell you how Republicans were so dirty. Instead of just running on vote no, and these are the reasons why you vote no, they tried to trick people. There were so many mailers of Obama and Governor Abigail quoted saying that they were against redistricting and gerrymandering, which they have said in the past.
Yes.
And then those mailers would say, vote no, implying that Obama and Governor Abigail were telling people to vote no, when in essence they were telling them to vote yes.
Former President
Obama. And these are the dirty tactics. And instead of just running, hey, vote no, and here's the reasons why. They want to trick people because they realize, well, we can't really tell them to vote no. Here are the reasons why, because it contradicts everything that we were trying to do when we was trying to redistrict. So we just go trick them.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't say Democrats go out and trick people. No, still run on the facts and give people the raw real. But when they try to use this dirty pool of redistricting to steal seats, you know what? Okay, if that's the game y'all going to play, if y'all are going to be dirty, if everything that you say that counteract me giving a critique on American systems is saying that I hate America. Now, every time you say something critiquing the American system, I'm gonna throw that right back at you. You're not a patriot. You're not a true America. You hate America, right?
Yeah.
Because if that's the game that we playing now, then that's the game that we're gonna play. And what's gonna happen, because this is how most bullies work, what's gonna happen is when a bully hits you, the moment you hit them back, most of the time they cower because they're not really tough.
No.
They faking the funk.
Tough folks move in silence.
Exactly. The strong
because they already know they can whoop your ass.
The strong move quiet, the weak starts riots. Kind of like January 6th, but which was a real riot. Which was a real riot. And I'll tell you another reason. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'll finish your point.
I was going to lead in to, I'll tell you another reason why this is so very, very important. It's important for you to pay attention to your representatives because they appoint people to certain positions that are important to the president, advisors, certain things. People like the Secretary of Defense.
Yeah.
Okay. That encouraged the president to enter into this war with Iran. He and Benjamin Netanyahu.
Boy, Pete Hegseth is an idiot.
Right.
Okay.
And what has that done? Well, what has this war done? The U.S. has burned through a massive portion of its advanced missile stockpile during this quote-unquote short conflict with Iran, raising serious questions about our military readiness, especially if a larger war were to break out with a global power, not a regional power. Iran is a regional power. A global power would be China.
Yeah.
Now the Pentagon is scrambling to rebuild, but it could take years to fully recover. So we have depleted Patriot...
Don't love that other people know that.
Right. We have depleted Patriot interceptors. 50% have been used. THAAD interceptors, 50 to 80% have been used. Precision strike missiles.
And now that's a big range.
That's 50 to 80%. Yeah, that's a big range. But 50% have been used, and wait till I get to the point where how long it takes to rebuild the stockpile. But precision strike missiles, 45% have been used. Tomahawk missiles, 30% have been used. 850 to 1,000 in 1 month. Okay, so the rebuild timeline is 3 to 5 years to fully replenish these stockpiles.
Again, I don't love that this is news that is out there.
Well, I mean, it's news that we need to know, right? Because most
Yeah.
people are like, oh, we're kicking butt. First of all, we're not.
No.
Okay. We are
And
technically,
boy, Iran is trolling.
not only is
on
Iran
social media.
trolling, but it's affecting the global financial system because
Yes.
our world is so wrapped up in oil.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about the position now is to open up the Strait of Hormuz. I can't never say that word right, but I tried my best.
I just been saying Hormuz.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't know if that's right.
I think it's moose. Remember when people used to put moose in their hair? It's just an
Yeah.
H Hormuz. That's what I say.
Hormuz. Okay.
Saying that they want to open up the strait. That's the goal now. The strait was already open before this got started. It was open before it got started.
Yeah.
So this is the real world.
You broke something that was already working.
Mm-hmm.
Iran did not have a nuclear program. It had been obliterated.
Well, the capability to make a nuclear weapon, they were really far away from that.
Yes.
Yes.
The intelligence community, quote, said that Iran's nuclear program had been obliterated. Okay? The strait was already open. And so you went in there and you did what? And then I know he's going to want kudos for like it ending if and when it does. Like, yeah, I stopped another war. You did not. You went in, did mess a lot of stuff up, got on my damn nerves. Okay? And then we end up in the same place that we started with, which is, again, Iran with no nuclear program. But guess what? Now them with a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean,
and us with a depleted what is it? Military stockpile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Great job, guys.
And this is why the larger point, the reason why I brought in the redistricting, it is important when you vote. Because you may think this doesn't affect us, but it's affecting us who drive cars. Now, I don't drive cars, so I guess I'm good on that one.
Right.
But just because I don't drive a car doesn't mean that it doesn't trickle down. Because the cost of gasoline raises the cost of goods because those goods need to be transported in vehicles that use gasoline. So companies are going to pass. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've lost American lives, and there's no legitimate reason why you could say we went to war. Now, if you said that we should want to topple that regime, I'm all for that because that regime is horrible. But we weren't going to topple that regime. We haven't. They're going to be in place. They're going to be a little bit more powerful. And at the same time, we've limited our ability to defend ourselves against people that could actually give us a real fight if they brought it to our shores, and that's China.
Yeah. So, congrats. You guys are morons. But back to your earlier point of this not being, the redistricting not being right, but being fair. Here's why I think it's just fine. Because your analogy was you're playing a game, they changed the rules of the game, now you got to play by those rules. What happened was they came to the players and said, hey, we're thinking about changing the rules. We'll do it if you got a majority of you guys are okay with it. And a majority of them said, yeah. Mm-hmm. And so they moved forward and and changed the rules. So to me, it's fine.
Okay. And I need to piggyback off that, the majority, because there's a lot of people in those rural areas of Virginia that are complaining today. And they're like, how does this one little area, because Fairfax County was a huge difference maker. And this Fairfax County is a little bit further than where I am. If anybody is familiar with the DC area at all, that's where Tyson's Corner is. All right, they got Tyson's Corner and Tyson's Corner 2. Tyson's Corner 2, I believe, is the fancy where they got, that's the fancy one. But anyway, it's money there. Yeah. Also, there's a huge concentration of people in Fairfax County. I think they said it's like 1 million people in Fairfax County alone.
Yes. Yes.
1 million people. So
Yeah.
all these rural people was like, how is this one little strip of land going to dictate all this land down here? It's because land don't vote. People vote. We
No.
have more people up here in Northern Virginia than you do in these
It's
rural
1 million
areas.
of us and 30,000 of y'all.
It's a little bit more than that, but you know,
depending on the county.
Depending on the county, yeah. Depending on the county.
So listen.
Yeah. Look, in continuation of people ate, what did you say last week?
That people suck?
Yeah. In continuation of that people suck.
Yeah.
More specifically, men. We're going to get into a number, and that number is 62 million. And I'll explain in the next segment. Jay, I saw something on Threads earlier today, and it leads to a larger discussion of something, but it was an interesting statement this woman posted. And so I just said, I'm going to have to read this verbatim to get the point across for the entire segment. It said, men, if you're in a car and a woman you find attractive is walking, then the good Lord did not intend for y'all to meet. Seeing a car double back is the most nerve system wrecking shit ever. Then imagine her having to reject you while you're in a whole 4,000-pound apparatus. Go home and pray you cross paths at a well-lit network event or something. And I thought about that. Mm-hmm. And it led me to the conversation that the last segment of the last show where I talked about my friend and dudes wrecking cars, passing, trying to get their attention. Mm-hmm. What didn't cross my mind is the fear, because she didn't express fear, her particularly in that moment. Probably because she got a giant pit bull with her. Yeah. But the fear that women would have if a dude pulled over to try and holler at her. Mm-hmm. Something for my quote unquote woke mind didn't even register. Once again, thinking with my privilege, not acknowledging until it's pointed out to me that could be a terrifying thing.
Yeah.
And it just led to another larger question of how women from birth to the day they die always have to be on guard because men are the worst.
Yeah. Having been in that situation, there is nothing worse than walking down the street, seeing that car pass, seeing the brake lights, watching it back up, and you being like, I have nowhere to go. I was in my car once leaving an establishment and a man pulled behind me and blocked me in the parking space so that he could get out of the vehicle to talk to me. I did not roll my window down. All I said was, I'm going to need you to move that car. So that I can get out of here. Because you are impeding my ability to leave this place. That is not okay. Mm-hmm. No. If I'm walking down the street, you in the car going to wherever you going and I'm going to wherever I'm going, then yes, the good Lord has said this is not the one for you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to say that 100% of the time that's not true. I'm sure that somebody got somebody by knocking out their car window. Okay.
I've done it several times.
Yes. But it is true. You are in a vehicle. I am on foot. I am defenseless. You are not. And then to live in an open carry state like Georgia, I don't know what you got in that car. No, keep going to where you were going.
Yeah. So men in the manosphere are going to say, not all men are like that. Not all men are going to harm you. Why do y'all immediately go to the point where men will harm you? Well, you dumbasses, I'm going to explain to you why that would be in a woman's mind. A recent CNN investigation uncovered a disturbing global online network where men are not just committing sexual violence, but learning, sharing, and normalizing it together. What looks like isolated crimes is actually an organized digital ecosystem operating in plain sight. What am I talking about? There are these sites. One of them is called Motherless. It hosts 20,000 videos, plus videos, of women appearing either drugged or unconscious while men perform sexual acts on them. The platform received, remember this number at the last segment? The platform received 62 million visits in a single month.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I said earlier, women from birth to their last breath have to be on guard.
Yeah.
What I didn't mention in this investigation is that there is a group of these men who are married, and they are learning how to drug and essay their own wives. So not only, ladies and gentlemen, do women from the very first breath to the very last breath have to worry about just everyday life, right? Going to the grocery store, going to a restaurant, going grocery shopping, going to
hell, minding your business in your own home.
Well, I'm gonna get to that, right?
No, like before you even talk about the husband thing, like literally just minding your business in,
Right.
in your own home.
You're right.
And you don't know that somebody been watching you.
Yes.
The entire time.
The entire time. But typically, these things were reserved for people that you didn't necessarily choose to spend the rest of your life with, right? Like they would be
certainly not.
Unfortunately, there'd be family members, but most times these were either strangers or acquaintances. Not the person that you stood up.
Statistically, it's most likely a person that you know, actually. It's not the stranger in the alley.
Right. But I'm talking about, yes.
Yeah.
I want to speak specifically to the fact that what surprised me and many people when this investigation came out were that now women weren't even safe with the people that they chose to spend the rest of their lives with.
Mm-hmm.
And for men out there saying, well, not all men, it don't have to be all men. Just got to be one. You said something on when we filmed the After Hours Uncensored, and you had a quote that you stole from somebody, and I said that was apropos. And that quote was something like, not all men, but one man.
But always a man.
Yep, not all men, but always a man. It is always a man.
Yeah.
Jay, when I told you a little bit about this when we were recording the After Hours, and I said this is what we're going to be talking about on the main show, were you surprised about the husband aspect of this?
No.
No.
Ask your grandmama how her marriage went. Did she always have a choice?
Oh yeah, you're talking about like for women that were for back in the day. But we were thinking that this, like, back in the day, women didn't have a choice.
Mind you, back in the day is 70s.
70s, right? It really was. This is something different. These are men who are not even trying to be like, hey, baby, what about tonight? Begging or nothing like that. They're just saying, you know what? I'm going to drug you, knock you out, and have my way with you.
Yeah.
Like
and it is in response to the fact that, first of all, that kind of behavior of just your wife is your property with which you could do whatever with her and to her, and there's not much that she can do, right? That was always normalized.
Mm-hmm.
Then women started speaking up and speaking out. We started getting legislation around DV and interpartner violence. And so this is in response to us asserting our right to safety. This is not a normalization of violence against women. Violence against women was always normal.
I'm going to need you to repeat that, Lad, because that was a bar. This is a response to our right to safety.
This is a response
to think about that.
Women asserting their right to safety.
Think about that you have to assert your right to safety.
We know that as Black people. What do you think?
Yes.
Black Lives Matter is born out of us asserting our right to safety. And then what do you have in response to that? A rise in white supremacist groups.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. That's a great analogy.
No, none of this surprises me. None of this. Whenever marginalized people or vulnerable communities speak up and assert their right to exist in safety, you have the people whose sense of self depends upon you being marginalized. Their sense of self depends upon you being under their foot. They are naturally going to rebel against that. And that's all that this is a bunch of men crying because now their wives are divorcing them.
Mm-hmm.
Now they try to hit on women and we're just like, no. Now women are choosing to just be single and just get pets or plants. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be in relationships the way we needed to be in relationships before. And now we can say no. And so for people who have defined their masculinity by their dominance over the feminine, not having that hold, you see with any narcissist, losing that hold on their victim, when that person declares they are no longer going to be a victim, they lose it. They lose it. Everything goes off the rails because a narcissist needs to be able to control you. They need to be able to control someone. It's not enough for them to just be like, I'm in control of myself and my decisions and my actions. It's not enough. They need to show and have dominant. And that's another way in which patriarchy is so insidious, is telling you masculinity is about dominance. No, it's not. Masculinity is about power. No, it's not. Masculinity, humanity is just about having respect for yourself and respect for others. That's where true power comes from. Yeah, and it's not clicking, Steven. And you want to know why? Because you suck.
We'll be back on that. But these men beyond suck. Okay. I know it's my privilege as a male to be surprised by this. Because as I hear you speak, and this is the reason why I wanted to have this conversation with you, as I hear you speak, it's so obvious what you're saying, how this comes to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want men to understand this. And the reason why is because when Me Too happened, there were so many men saying, yeah, but what about those women that give false accusations? That's extremely rare.
It is.
Most of the time, the situations don't go reported at all.
Yes. A majority of the time.
Yeah, it is more likely it will not be reported as opposed to a false accusation. And I will be the first one to admit, I am somebody who is definitely afraid of a false accusation.
Yeah.
Because if there was an accusation, there would be false. But I am definitely afraid of that. I've gone almost 46 years and it hasn't happened, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so the likelihood of it happening is so small that outliers of when it does happen does not disqualify the amount of times that it's not even reported. So men, shut the hell up and listen to what women are saying. Meet Harvey Weinstein is just on his 3rd retrial in New York. But this man has been devastating lives for decades.
Yeah.
And then also, men, now you should better understand why women chose the bear in that man versus bear debate. Because
I would choose that bear in a heartbeat.
The majority of the time, all the women were choosing the bear, and somebody broke it down to me, and the way they broke it down to me, I just thought, well, a man is unpredictable. A bear, you know what it is. And they said, yes. However, a man can show all the traits as somebody that you can trust and be safe around. Then all of a sudden turn when you've let your guard down.
A bear gonna be a bear.
A bear is gonna always be a bear. But a man doesn't have to be dastardly in the beginning.
Right.
He could be dastardly later on, especially if he doesn't get his way. And I was like, man, okay, you just dropped the bar. I didn't think of it like that. I just thought of it like, okay, men are unpredictable. You know what a bear is. And yes, in essence, in the macro conversation, that is definitely what it is. But it goes deeper than that. That man, if y'all are trapped on that island, that man could be doing everything. He could be getting the wood to start the fire, hunting, fixing the food. And then one day he could look over.
And now he feels like you owe him something.
Right. But one day he could look over and be like, hey, what you want to do? Well, no, I don't see you that way. Like, we're here trying to survive. I thought we were friends. Then that's when it turns, because men and rejection, bruh, y'all some weak dudes can't take no rejection. It's the worst thing in the world when I'm out in public and a woman rejects a man, even if she does it harshly. You don't know how many times she's been hit on, especially if we out and about and we out in the scene. If she looking good, she done been hit on all night long, and all she wanted to do was kick it with her homegirls.
I'm going to push back on that.
Okay, all right.
Men do not have a problem with rejection. Y'all deal with rejection in business and life. You deal with rejection all the time. Men don't like, and I say you, I don't mean you, but like,
you're talking generally.
Men don't like rejection from someone they feel has no right to reject them. Now, if it's your boss and you make a proposal and you say, maybe we'll wait to Q2, or no, that's just not feasible now. You take that on the chin, you keep it moving. Because you just shot your shot. There was no guarantee your boss was going to say yes. But for a man who thinks he has a right to a woman, that rejection is what hits. You know
what? You're right. This is a stupid, silly, ridiculous analogy. All right. So I'm prefacing as that, and women gonna hate me for this, but this is real life.
Okay.
It's real. We do real stuff on Unsolicited Perspectives. If a woman that is not on the equal level of attraction to what I think I am rejects me, as compared to a woman who I feel is more attractive than me rejects me, it angers me a hell of a lot more when I feel like, well, wait a minute, hold on, I'm more attractive than you are. You shouldn't be rejecting me.
Yeah.
I know that's a bad,
it's not great.
It's not great, but it happens. I'm telling you from a male's perspective.
Yeah.
And counter, like, backing what you're saying, that the unattractive woman or not as attractive woman turning me down will send me into a tizzy. Not a violent tizzy, but be at home, talk to myself in the shower. Like, what the hell? Like, who she thinks she is?
You just in a situation, it's a casual thing, and somebody says something to that effect of y'all being together, and that person who you feel like is beneath you goes, oh, never. You're like, what the hell?
Look, let me tell you something. Somebody said that one time. And they was like, so y'all dating or whatever? And she was like, well, we go out on dates. I was like, we done gone out on a lot of damn dates like, for more than a little bit. It's been like 2-3 months. I consider that dating. And she's like, we'll talk about this later. I was like, you know what? I'm about to bounce because you ain't. And so when you say that, when you said that, it clicks for me. Like, oh, I get it. Cause you're right. It's not just about rejection. It's about who rejects you.
Yes.
And that's real. And look, guys out there in the manosphere, or just guys in general, because there's a lot of, I called somebody that I know that I'm real cool with earlier today a bro. I was like, man, you being such a bro right now. He's like, I'm not a bro. I was like, there are tiers to brodom. And you are definitely a Brody right now. I was like, why are you talking about how attractive the woman was when we was talking about something that don't have nothing to do with that? It's like, why is that your default?
Right.
Well, I mean, I can't say anything like that. You wouldn't want to be judged and critiqued like that consistently.
Constantly?
You wouldn't
like
it.
The first thing out of your mouth. Like, I am your surgeon. I am about to perform surgery. And I leave the room and the first thing out your mouth was, she was fine. What does that have to do with the surgery I'm about to... The fact that it's some people's default. Like, your first thought is whether you would want to have this woman, right? If that is your very first thought, that's crazy.
You know, I didn't tell you the story, but that's exactly what it was.
Yes.
It was going into the hospital to go do a medical procedure. And it was like, yeah, I mean, but she wasn't all that attractive. I was like, she's doing.
First of all, I'm at work. I'm in scrubs. I'm not going to be made up.
But that's not the point.
Why? Also, yes. What does that have to do with the surgery I'm about to perform? What are you talking about?
And I have to catch myself sometimes. I be watching TV and looking at the sportscasters or something like that, and there'll be a woman on there. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't really like that outfit she's wearing. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, why am I doing that? There are so many bad habits that I have to catch myself on, but it's only because I have really intelligent and forceful women in my life that'll be like, hey, yo, why you got to say something like that? Luckily, I've created space, not just for a blood family, but for friends to be able to check me. And it's part of the reason why they're close to me, because I love people checking me. Like, I like to check people. I love people checking me.
Yeah.
And men, we need to be consistently checked, because I'm going to tell you, as a gender, we're horrible. I say it almost every week, and I get hate and flack from it. Like, why are you so hard on men? Because we're horrible. Because I used to be, and in some ways still am, one of those horrible men. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. Why would you want to be like that? Because we're men. No, that's a poison.
If you want to run this world, then you are going to need to face criticism. Now, if you want to be in a corner somewhere quiet by yourself and y'all don't have no influence on other people's lives, okay, if you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, I'm not really worried about what you're doing. But y'all are out here making laws and implementing policies that affect everyone's lives, including women, and about things that you know. It is astounding how little y'all know about a woman's reproductive system. Astounding.
Yeah. We wasn't paying attention, and we was going to PE. We was going to PE, but when we was taking that health class, we was in there clowning and stinking, because it was middle school, so we was stinking.
Y'all was stinking. But like, it's astounding how little these people know about women and women's bodies and women's health care. It's astounding how little the healthcare community knows about women's bodies and women's health care, because for a lot of things, women weren't even included in the studies. And then if you expand it to women being included in the studies, were women of color included in these studies? So you operating from a place where you want the power, you want to run things, but you don't want to be held accountable. Nah, son. Either you be held accountable or step the hell out the way and let somebody else run something. Because y'all been running everything since time immemorial, and you ain't been doing that great of a damn job. The earth about to blow up. We at war where everybody's at war with everybody. Don't nobody like nobody else. People can't eat, don't have homes, all kind of stuff. Y'all ain't been doing that great of a damn job. And you don't want to be held accountable on top of that? Girl, please.
All right. That's a Black expression. And speaking of Black expressions, in the next segment, we're going to get into the African American urge too. And we're going to get into that next. Jay, I was on my second favorite social media site today, Threads, and I came across this thread that was just the African American urge. And it's typically the African American urge to say or do something. Now, we've done these type of segments before, but this is a little bit different because it was some new stuff that I was like, I do that. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, when I say the African American urge, that doesn't mean that other ethnicities don't do that. I'm not another ethnicity. I'm African American. Right. I know that we universally do this. So if other races do that, great. That brings us closer together as people. But I'm telling you, African Americans be doing this. So the first one, I literally did this on Saturday because me, you, and Dad were in a group text. We were being super nerds about AI. And then I called Dad to have a conversation about it. And then after the conversation, I absolutely did this. So it's the African American urge to say, well, I ain't want nothing after a 3-hour phone call.
Yes. I got a voicemail. It was a long voicemail. And at the end was, well, I don't want nothing. So you call me back if you can. And I'm like, it seemed like you do.
I don't know why we do that. I don't know why we call. He's like, I ain't want nothing. I just wanted to hear. Somebody that we both know will say, I ain't want nothing. I just want to hear your voice. And then you proceed to be on that phone with that person for at least an hour. Yeah. And it's like, if you ain't want nothing, we on the phone for an awfully long time. But that's just, hey, you know what? I didn't even want nothing, but we done sat here and talked for 3 hours. That's just the way it is.
That's just the way it is.
All right. Here's another one, and it's based off of some old African-American wise tale or whatever that nobody has a superstition that nobody has clearly been able to tell me where exactly it comes from, where it originates from. Yeah. But it is the African-American urge to wash all of your laundry and linen before the new year. On New Year's Day, you cannot wash any clothes because you're going to wash somebody out the family.
Yes. And inevitably during that year, someone in your family is going to pass. And so to tie that to the fact that somebody washed clothes on New Year's, statistically, I mean, we all gonna go. It's a superstition.
It's a superstition.
But do I still not do laundry on New Year's? I do not. Just in case.
I'm going to tell you a story that I didn't even put in the group chat. Nobody else knows about this. There was one year where I forgot about it because I was hungover and I was like, I got to do laundry. So I just threw some clothes in the wash, realized halfway through the wash cycle what I was doing, stopped the wash cycle, got down on my hands and knees. Now, typically when I pray, I'm not on hands and knees praying. Typically, I'm in the bed, about to go to sleep, and I'm laying on my back, cross my hands together and do a prayer. I dropped down on my hands and knees and said, God, I forgot. Please, please don't punish the family for my stupidity. Please don't take nobody out the family this year. And I don't remember if anybody got taken out, but I think No, I don't think anybody got taken out.
Yeah.
So it was all
And
right.
it
I think
worked.
it worked.
Yeah.
All right. Now I know I've personally done this. I didn't understand it as a kid when our mom would make us do this.
Mm-hmm.
But as I got older, I understand now.
Yes.
And it is the African American urge to clean your house before the house keeping people come.
Yeah. I don't want them to think I got a dirty house.
Now, I'm not saying this is all African Americans. I'm going to say it's a lot. And I'm going to say it might be an African American trait because one of my friends has a house cleaning business and he deals with rich clientele.
Yes.
And he shows me the pictures of some of these people's homes, $1 million homes.
Yeah.
That are just like worse than what you see in hoarders. And I'm like, nah, I would have had to hire multiple companies and clean myself before I let somebody come. First of all, I would never let my house get like that.
No.
But yes, like you got to clean your house before the housekeepers come over.
Yes, because I don't want them talking amongst themselves like, she needed to call us. Look at this dirty ass house. No, you're not going to. I got to clean up before y'all get here.
And the worst is when we was kids, every now and then we would have a house cleaning people. And it was always because it was about to be a family event. Like people were about to come to our house.
Yes.
And our mom and dad would say, go in there and clean up your rooms. And we would say, why? We hired house clean. Go clean up the room. They ain't going to know how nasty we are. Because we was nasty as kids.
Yes.
Surprisingly, as adults, you, me, and our brother are extremely clean outside of our bedrooms.
Outside of our bedrooms. The bedroom.
Outside of our bedrooms.
That's our safe space to allow that to be whatever it's going to be. But the other areas of the house, I don't like mess. Especially I got 2 dogs. I don't want I can't handle mess. I don't want people to come in the house and be like, "Ooh, you got dogs?" No.
Oh, there's nothing worse because I had a dog. There's nothing worse than going into somebody's house and you immediately know they have a dog, whether you see the dog or not, because you smell dog.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. I don't want people coming to my house and be like, you got a dog?
No.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, this is another one. And this hit me and I was like, oh, we did used to do that. The African-American urge to call it grandma's house, even if both of your grandparents live there.
Because it's grandma's house.
It's grandma's house.
Grandma takes care of everything in there. It's her house. We going to grandma's house.
Grandma's house.
Your grandpa lives there too. I know.
Grandpa might more than likely, because it was grandparents, he paid for it.
Don't
but
matter.
That's grandma's house. It's grandma's house.
She know where everything is. She takes care of everything. It's her house.
Yep. Where are we going? Grandma's house.
Grandma's house.
Not granddad's house. Not even granddad's house.
No.
Grandma's house.
It's
Can I go to grandma's house this weekend? Don't you want to see your granddad? Yeah, at grandma's house.
At grandma's house. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, this is specifically for Black people, but I have white friends and they've even asked this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes it's a question.
It's entered the zeitgeist at this point. It's become,
Sometimes it's a question. Sometimes it's a verbal question. Sometimes it's a physical cue. That physical cue is if you are watching the YouTube, you go like this. Let's put it at the palm, okay? If you're not watching on YouTube, I was rubbing my palm. And it's the African-American urge to ask, were they white? Now.
I got to know.
Before white people get offended, typically when we ask this question, it's because we can't believe somebody Black would do said thing.
Yeah.
So we say, were they white? Or we assume automatically they put mayonnaise where?
They fell off a cliff at the Grand Canyon. Were they white? Because we ain't going nowhere near that cliff.
That's not true. We'll go to the cliff. But we ain't going to play around on the cliff.
We ain't going, we're not going to play around.
That's like,
we got told very young, if we fall off a cliff, our father will go save us. We knew that very young. He was afraid of heights. So we don't play around. We gonna play around. What you mean got mauled by a cougar? Were they white? Well, I knew they were, because what was you doing out there where cougars are at? What you mean?
That leads me to a detour, camping. Somebody said something to me, you wouldn't go camping? No. One, I'm not a woodsman, right?
No.
I need bathrooms, proper bathrooms,
Yes.
not a porta potty. I will go glamping.
I will definitely glamp.
I will glamp all day long.
Mm-hmm.
But
if there's
camping,
amenities,
no. I make too much money to go out there and live poor by choice. I'm not going to do that.
Why would I catch my own food?
Why am I going to catch my own food? Why am I going to sleep on the ground?
Right.
I ain't laid on my floor in my place, and it's got area rugs that feel nice. I'm not laying on the floor.
No.
So I'm going to lay on the ground?
On the ground.
It ain't even level. Right. It ain't even level. Right.
Like, you want it's me gonna be upon the earth.
No, not going to do
it. No.
All right. No. Here's another one. And I do this anytime I'm in an Uber or I'm driving.
I do this constantly.
The African-American urge to say, that's why your car looks like that now when you see someone driving crazy.
Yep. Don't be driving crazy with a dent and a fender. Because that's why your car look like that now. Because you're out here being reckless. That's why I look like that now.
Mm-hmm. Or I'll take it a step further. You done told the kids stop running.
Mm-hmm.
They trip and fall. See, we done told you stop running. That's what you get.
That's what you get.
So when we say something, that's what you get. Or
play stupid
that's
games,
the reason why.
Win stupid prizes.
Right. You driving around with a beat up car. Mm-hmm. Now I know. I definitely know why it is. It's because you driving like this.
Because you don't use no turn signal. That's why I look like that now. That's why
you probably can't park neither. You probably can't park neither. All right. This is another one about driving. The African-American urge to say they must want to be a hood ornament when you see someone taking too long to cross the street. Now, I haven't really used the hood ornament thing.
I've never said that. No.
But I do make comments when people is taking a little too long to cross the street, even though I'm one of those people.
Yes. Because here's the thing. You will complain about it from the perspective of the driver. But you will also complain about it from the perspective of the pedestrian. So if I'm driving and somebody is walking slowly, I'm like, go ahead and take your time.
Right. That's mine. Go ahead and take your time. I'm here all day, I guess.
If I'm the pedestrian, I'd be like, I wish somebody would hit me.
You better wait.
You better wait. You see me crossing the street, and no, I ain't gonna hustle up.
No. The African-American urge. Now, I don't think this is solely African-American, but I know we all do it. The African-American urge to scream representative instead of talking to the automated systems.
No, we're going to be like, as soon as that automated system come up, representative. Representative. Because I don't want to talk to that.
No.
I don't want to get lost in some phone path. Just let me speak to the person that can fix whatever problem I got. Representative.
The African-American urge to start running after you trip so it look like you meant to do it. Now, I do this at least once a day because I'm always tripping.
Yep. And you got to do a little bop. Like,
I do a crossover.
Yeah.
If I trip, I'll do a little crossover and then like a little Allen Iverson crossover like I was just practicing. Because with men, we can always pretend like we practicing basketball.
Yes.
Right? Because we can't walk through a door without hitting the top of the door sill like we dunking. So it just makes sense if I trip that it wasn't a trip. It was part of my Allen Iverson crossover that I was about to do. Mm-hmm. So you got to play that off.
Yes. This next one is me all day.
All right. The African-American urge to see someone working out or eating healthy and say, Now that's what I need to be doing.
Exactly. As soon as I see somebody jogging down the street, now that's what I need to be doing. What I need to do is get out here and get to jogging. So now.
And don't let them be able to hear you, because they may not have the headphones on and be like, I see you. You're going to root them on as they doing what they doing at the same time saying, that's what I need to be doing.
Yep. We'll be able to, okay, running. Now, see, that's what I need to be doing. That's exactly how that interaction goes down.
Or, all right, Planet Fitness, I see you. I say it all the time because my grocery store is right next to Planet Fitness. So I see people going into Planet Fitness, especially us, right? I see us going into Planet Fitness. I'm like, all right, Miss Ma'am, I see you in there. That's what I need to be doing, even though I already did it earlier in the day.
Doesn't matter.
But still, that's what I need to be doing.
Because it's also like an affirmation or validation for that other person, right? It's like, I know that's what I need to be doing. Shout out to you for doing what you need to do.
Right. I say it in my head.
Both.
I be in the gym and I say it in my head all the time, especially when I see, because I'm in the fitness world. I do this. Yeah. So when I'm just working out by myself and I see someone who wouldn't be considered healthy, but is in the gym working, in my head, I'm like, go ahead. Go ahead. That's what I want to see. Get in here. And if I see them starting to get discouraged, I might drop my headphones down. I'm like, I see you over there. You got it. You got it. Because that gives me so much joy.
Yes.
So that's all that is.
Yes.
Every Black person does this. And I don't know if we learned. I think we come out the womb doing this.
Yes.
It's the African American urge to start hitting something when you find something funny. Now that something could be anything. It could be a wall. It could be a car. It could be some shoes. It could be another person, a table, a chair. You got to hit something.
Yes.
When you find something funny, and you're probably running away as you do it.
Yes. You're doing one, the other, or both. You're either running away when you laugh, or you're hitting something, or you hit something, then run.
Yes.
And don't let it be a person near you that's funny. Because you're going to beat the hell out of them, number one. And then you're going to call them everything but a child of God. You so stupid. I hate you. Smacking. That is a person that absolutely adores you that is saying this.
Yes. All right. I know this from a personal experience. This is absolutely a fact for me.
It is for me too, yes.
And it threw somebody off. And I was like, I don't even understand. And it's the African American urge to have lotion in every room.
Yes.
Now, if you have a big home, it might not necessarily be in every room, but it's going to be close.
There's lotion in the bedrooms. There's lotion in the kitchen. There's lotion in the bathrooms.
Right.
In my house, yes.
Yes. And same for me. The only place there isn't lotion is in the living room for me, but it don't matter because I can hop my ass right to the kitchen to get some lotion.
Yes, exactly.
And I explained that to somebody and it was like, why do you have so much? Why didn't you just have lotion in one place? Because you need it everywhere. I don't know how to really explain it to you. I don't want to walk all around the place.
When our skin is dry, it is uncomfortable.
Like my lips are dry right now, and it is extremely uncomfortable.
It's
as soon as we get off air, Vaseline.
Your skin is tight. It's uncomfortable. So Black people on lotion, we just go hand in hand. Like honestly, it was created for us. Like I don't know who invented lotion, but boy,
thank you.
Shout out to them. They had us in mind because especially the inventor of creams or body butters. Y'all ate with that because there's nothing like having moisturized skin. It just feels better. Your skin covers your entire body.
And it glows. Moisturized skin looks better.
It is the biggest organ you have. It covers your entire body. Why would you want it tight and itchy?
Well, you do want it tight, dry? Especially in your face. But
the tight feeling of when your skin is dry. You know, you feel like you can't even open your hands all the way until you put some lotion on them. Like it. Yeah,
my hands, my body dries out this time of year because of allergy season. I don't know if I'm washing my hands more or what. My hands dry out in a quickness.
Yes.
So regular lotion just don't do. I had to
Nah.
order it, and you probably saw it on Amazon, the extra strength lotion. And I also got a tub of Vaseline. And at least twice a day, I take a dab of Vaseline and lotion, mix it together to moisturize my hands so that I don't have, so my hands don't look all crack and peely. Lotion is important. Lotion is what you need in your life. Lotion will save your life.
Yeah. So not only do I have lotion everywhere, I got chapstick everywhere.
So
it's in my purse, it's in my car, it's in my room. I have chapstick everywhere. I
stopped using chapstick.
You know what I mean. What brand do you use?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about I stopped actually using chapstick. I use either Vaseline or Aquaphor.
Yeah.
Vaseline over Aquaphor, because Aquaphor is really damn expensive. But it works. It works.
But
better than Vaseline.
Tub of store brand petroleum jelly is $1.99.
Right, but you got to use more of it. So
it doesn't matter.
This is another one. The African American urge to say they be all right when you know somebody is mad. I don't know who came up with that or when that was established, but that is when somebody get mad and they get in their feelings. There's always that one person be like, man, they be all right.
They be all right. What you want me to do about it?
You might have been the one that made them mad, but guess what?
And they'll be all right. Yeah,
they're going to be all right. All right, last one, and I did this 2 nights ago. And it's the African American urge to say, whew, I am my mother or father's child after doing something exactly like them. And I did something the other day, and I was like, yep, I'm definitely my dad's son. Definitely my dad's son, because I did something that's exactly how he would handle it and say it.
Yep.
And I know you do stuff all the time that is
like
exactly
both
like
of our
both
parents.
of. Yep.
Yes.
You are the mixture.
Yes.
You are the perfect balance of both of our parents.
Yes.
Because there are so many times I'm talking to you, I'm like, that's dad right there. That's dad talking. But those are the African American urges. Jay, before we get out of here, what do you want to let these people know?
I don't know. We talked about a lot. This
was a long episode.
It was a long episode. We talked about, Democrats being proactive now instead of reactive to things. We talked about how it's not all men, but it's always a man. And the African American urge to just, there's nothing better than that cultural connection that we have. There's a lot going on in the world. As usual, especially for anybody who's a millennial, we done been through it. Well, we done been through it to hell and back. Take care of yourself, take care of others, and remember that true strength comes in kindness and empathy and compassion.
I can't add nothing to that. That was perfect. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. And until next time, as always, I'll holla. Woo! That was a hell of a show. Thank you for rocking with us here on Unsolicited Perspectives with Bruce Anthony. Now, before you go, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like, comment, and share our podcast wherever you're listening or watching it to it. Pass it along to your friends. If you enjoy it, that means the people that you rock will enjoy it also. So share the wealth, share the knowledge, share the noise. And for all those people that say, well, I don't have a YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can actually watch our video podcast and YouTube exclusive content. But the real party is on our Patreon page, After Hours Uncensored and Talking Straight-ish. After Hours Uncensored is another show with my sister. And once again, the key word there is uncensored. Those are exclusively on our Patreon page. Jump onto our website at unsolicitedperspective.com for all things us. That's where you can get all of our audio, video, our blogs, and even buy our merch. And if you really feel generous and want to help us out, you can donate on our donations page. Donations go strictly to improving our software and hardware so we can keep giving you guys good content that you can clearly listen to and that you can clearly see. So any donation would be appreciative. Most importantly, I want to say thank you for listening and watching and supporting us. and I'll catch you next time. Audi 5000. Peace.